Yo, YouTube. You know what I noticed? Just this second. Is because of the craziness and everything in my life at the minute. And because I'm upgrading my flat. Is that I noticed something? I forgot to celebrate Sally's birthday. It was the 25th of September. And I forgot. Which I'm glad. I forgot her birthday, but I'm glad I forgot the other relevance to that date. Because that was also our anniversary. It's been a year since we broke up. So Sally is a year old now. I'm not going to show you her right now because she's, completely honest, lodged in the side of my bed. Because like I say, I'm upgrading my house. A lot's happened in a year. A lot's happened in the last couple months, actually. Most of the lockdown, I'm struggling with that. Even though it's been nearly a year since we've had to do this. The northeast is really high at the minute. I want to tell you something, but I'll probably get backlash from it. But you know what? I don't care. It's been a year. And the story might have changed since when I first told you. Because I think it has. Because I've been doing a lot of thinking since then. In fact, I was going to tell you something, but I'm not going to anymore. What I'm going to say is what I've learned about myself since the breakup. I've learned that I can be patient, but I also thought that I need drama in my life to be me, but I don't. Because I was speaking to my sis, who says that having that kind of mindset is toxic, which is true, because I noticed that in the early stages of what I'm going to tell you, I was starting fights with her for no apparent reason. Then I need drama in my life, otherwise I'd be bored. What has happened in the last couple months. Well, last month. Since the breakup, I've still had ways of contacting Kieran, and that was email. I got rid of his phone number, his mum's phone number, everyone's. The only way of contacting him was either on his YouTube videos or an email. Then last month he did something sensible for a change. So this is not me bashing him. This is actually me praising him. Basically thanking him for doing what he did. So I'm not bashing him, so I can keep this one. I'm thanking him for what he did. Because it's made me seriously start healing. Or start the healing process. Because before I was able to contact him and have this drama back and forth. Basically what he's done is a lot of things. It started with making all his videos private. Then I noticed that he got rid of a load as well. Then I noticed that he has been adding videos, making them private too. And the final nail in the coffin, because I had a right rant at him, is that he deleted his email. So I've got no way of contacting him, no way of knowing what he's doing or anything. So I have no one to fight my drama back and forth with anymore. Since whenever my other ex, Adam, gets a YouTube, his parents find out and tell him to delete it. Thing is, when I compare the two, Adam and Kieran, Adam was my first love. I did have a boyfriend before Adam, who I lost my virginity to, but he wasn't a love, I don't think. He was just a fling. My first love was Adam. I loved him. We went through so many highs and lows. But I've got to think about the negatives, otherwise I will think maybe it could have worked if we stayed together. So the negatives was that he still lives at home and he's in his 20s. He had no plan of living away from home. He had, and I think still does, have a drinking problem. And an anger problem. But I knew it wasn't going to work when the Special Olympics incident happened. I'm not going to go into details, it's private, but Adam knows what I'm on about. And since then, I knew it wasn't going to work. And that's why I ended it with them the very next time I saw him, which was the very next day, on the phone. After the meeting. Don't get me started. And then that's another reason why it would never work. It felt like I wasn't just dating him, I was dating him and his family. I had to have meetings after meetings after meetings. We did have alone time, but in the end, I felt like I was going out with him and his family, not just him. I couldn't do that. Because I remember one of the first meetings was at my house, back when I was living in Athlone Court. And I wanted Adam to come with me to Ireland to meet my dad. And all because we wouldn't be getting the plane from Newcastle, and we'd be getting it from Manchester. His mum and dad said no. But then I did think about it. But then if I was to get a plane from Newcastle, 'cause it is possible, then my dad would have to do the trek in Ireland to take me home, because it would go to Dublin, not Shannon, and we need the plane to go to Shannon. If only there was a plane that goes from Newcastle to Shannon, that'd make a whole life a lot simpler, but there isn't one. It's Manchester to Shannon, which I don't mind doing by myself. But then they said no. Because it was too soon in the relationship as well. Because me and Adam were only together 1 year. He was the love of my life. I still think about him sometimes. I go in his Facebook profile. He doesn't have one. He's got one called Awesome Model. I've actually shown my family and friends and support the campaign that he was on recently. Well, I say recently, it was at least a good couple months ago, where it's drag syndrome, basically, where men dressed up as in women's clothes as a drag. And as soon as I saw the picture, I was thinking, that's two. That's both of them that look good as a woman. I've turned two. Two men look gorgeous and sexy as a woman. I must have a type. Because both my exes do look sexy as women. So that's Adam. I loved him, and a little of me will always will. I don't talk about him that often, actually, which is a good thing. Because I'd like to get to that of Kieran. Kieran is fresher, because like I say, the Kieran relationship, it's been 2 years now since we broke up, I think. Because our anniversary of the breakup has been a year, but we've been broken up for 2, because we broke up just before our anniversary. I'm not going to details, or I'll say that's when we broke up, because I'm sick of saying that story. But the relationships were different, because even though he still lived at home, I noticed something when it comes to Kieran, to Adam. Kieran lied a lot more than Adam ever did. Adam would always tell the truth, even though it might hurt me, he always told the truth. Kieran, on the other hand, would lie. When I have meetings here at my house with everyone that supports me, everyone that supports me here at the flat, and even Kieran was at a couple of them, we were discussing about me moving, because we had so many options available to me. His mum did invite me to move in with them, but it didn't work because they didn't want to be that far away from Mum. And to be completely honest, I didn't want to get rid of that much stuff, because I have a home worth of stuff, and I'd be moving into a bedroom. So it didn't work. I thought about it, but a good long while. But I said no. Another idea was I even went so far as to ring agencies, I think they're called, in Newcastle, housing in Newcastle. So I thought about moving to Newcastle, but nothing I even researched online places to move to Newcastle. And I kept asking Kieran, is this near you? Is this near you? Because I didn't know places very well. And we even looked at Cromlin, because that's halfway. But I'm kind of glad I didn't. There was another place, but that was for me. I might have moved to, but I messed up by being too honest. But that was because of me. I wanted to move there because I can't. At the time, I couldn't cope living independently. But I think I have grown since then, and I have proven I can with the extra support I'm getting that I can live independently. I'm just going to tilt you a little bit because you can't see this hand. Anyway. So I can live independently. Because I've proven that. So like I said, we looked into me moving, and when we did these meetings about me moving, Kim was all up for it and everything, but the thing was, he wasn't doing anything to help that situation. Because what would have helped in that situation? Because I did all the work in the relationship. I did all the research. I did all trying to get his benefits. I tried everything I could think of to get him his benefits, to get him, his benefits basically. I tried everything. He was the one that should have remembered I need to go to the library, to go to Citizens Advice, to find out what to do next. He should have remembered. Because my memory is like a sieve some of the time. So he should have remembered that, because it should have been that important to him. That, Emily, I've got to go to Citizens Advice today. Sorry, I'm bitching. But it felt like it was all on me most of the time. And I could just take so much. Because I tried everything I could think of for him to get his money and everything. It wasn't until somebody else stepped in, I'm not going to name names, but somebody else stepped in, that he actually started getting his money and the help that he needed. And that was only because his mum was in hospital. So if his mum hadn't been in hospital, it would have been still all on me. So I thought, I'm trying my best here, and it was just like a one-way system. I was hitting wall after wall after wall, because it was all one way. And I've got everyone there for me, but when I was trying to help him get his money and everything, he wasn't helping me. It was all, I'll do it later, or I forgot, or that sort of thing. And I'm thinking, what? I felt like he didn't want to ever move in with me, because that's the whole point of this, was that he was going to move in with me. Basically move out with his mum and in with me. There was this house that wasn't that far away from him, which was just across the street, completely honest. And it was me that had to do the phone calls to make sure it was still available. By the time I phoned up, it would have gone. It was gone. And with it being just across the road for him, he could have made the phone call sooner to, like, say, Emily, you can look at this place, yada, 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 and I can come with you. I was like, and that would have been a whole lot simpler, but it felt like it was all me. Like, yeah, it was all me. And don't get me started on the other problem in the relationship, which everyone well knows, the sex problem. Basically, that was the difference between Kieran and Adam. Adam told the truth, where Kieran lied. I don't think he ever wanted to live with me, completely honest. that's why he didn't try that hard. And completely honest, I don't think he ever wanted to have sex because he didn't try that hard. I told him he had doctor's appointments so many times, and he never did. Because I think he lied about that. Because I think a couple of times since I've got an appointment, yada yada yada, and then he forgot to go. Or I don't think he actually made the appointment to begin with. It was all me. Basically, at one point, I do remember I spent the last of my money of that week. So I had to go without a treat for myself, which I was saving up for, to buy him some special medication so we could have fun, and it didn't work. So yeah, it was all me, and it didn't feel like he was helping whatsoever. So that's the difference between Kieran and Adam, is that if I did tell Kieran he needed advice or anything, he would do it, or he'd try and do it, and that's what I loved about him, that he tried it at least. Kieran would just lie. He lied to me throughout the whole relationship. In the beginning, the biggest problem was his phone. He'd either forget it or forgot to charge it. So that was the major problem in the relationship to begin with, was his phone. So I think it got to a point where I said to him, if you don't charge your phone or forget your phone, then don't bother coming. Because I got sick of it. I got sick of it. I used to say to him, take a charging cable with you, because I bet you anywhere there's going to be a place to charge it. Because at one point I even had to, I'm not going to say. Anyway, back to the point. What was oh yeah, it's been a year, 2 years, since we broke up. And Sally is 1 year old. Because we broke up just before our anniversary. I've learned a lot about myself. I'm accepting I've learned that. Because Kieran showed me every aspect of himself. Adam showed me every aspect of himself, and I accepted both of them wholeheartedly. And then I accepted both of them. I remember when Kieran came out to me, I was liking to dress as a woman for fun. I was freaked out to begin with, completely honest, because the truth was, she, when he was a she, looked so damn sexy compared to me. I felt even more ugly compared to whoever he was changing into. So that's why I was freaked out a bit. Then it was me that bought him the clothes, like the fake boobs, a dress, a wig, 1 wig, not a lot of wigs, just one. I was the one that was with him when he came out to his mum. Even though his mum wasn't that surprised, she knew something was going on. But he wanted me to be there, just in case something happened. But I didn't think anything was going to happen. But I accepted him. And now that Adam's doing the same, even though that was for charity, he pulls it off too. So I accept him as well. I'm just yabbering on, I think, because I haven't done a vlog in a long time. I don't even know what I'm going to call this, probably comparing relationships. I think I've done one like that though, but I don't care. Honestly, I don't. It's just the thing that started this whole off, this vlog all off, was TikTok, because I'm doing a lot more TikTok videos today and yesterday, because I'm thinking about preferring TikTok to YouTube at the minute, because I've got more fans on TikTok than I ever do on YouTube. Because on TikTok it's in the thousands, whereas on YouTube it's 240, I think. It's in the 240s, I think, now. That's only because I keep asking my TikTokers to go to my YouTube, or they won't get a shout out. Since you've kept watching for this long, thank you. So yeah, TikTok is the reason why. It's because on TikTok, I did a video with saying that I wish I had a boyfriend, and that started the conversation of about Kieran and who was he and why we broke up, and then somebody said why not go back without him, and that's why I'm doing this vlog right now, is to compare the two. And I've learned so much about myself, and I'm still learning. I'm learning a lot more now since, like I said, I've got no one to banter with, to back and forth the drama. So now I can seriously start healing, which is gonna take a long time, and we've got lockdown, so it's gonna be a long time. I am upgrading my house, like I said, which I'll give you a house tour, I promise you, once I have upgraded my house, which hopefully shouldn't take that much longer. Because I'm gonna, always gonna mean is me buying some furniture and moving some furniture around, and then I'm gonna have a sort through my teddy friends and see who's to keep and who's to get rid. Because if they don't fit in the storage unit or on the storage unit, then they're going. Unless they look bad, then I'll replace them. For instance, I've got a lady in my buffet, because it opens, who I've washed so many times. It's lost her fluffiness, so I'm going to replace her. But the first thing I'm going to buy, the very first thing I'm going to treat myself to, once I've upgraded my house, I've put everything away and everything, it's a teddy bear. He's going to be called Peter. He's going to take up the side of the bed that I don't sleep on, because at the minute, Tigger's there. The giant Tigger is there, taking up the space. I did think about name change, but I think Jessie would get jealous, because name change and Jessie are married. So that's why I'm going to buy a new one. A brand new one. It's going to cost around 30 quid, I think. And he's going to, like I say, he's going to be called Peter. He's not going to talk or anything, but I will be talking about him a lot, because I'm going to come up with some traits. I'm going to come up with things we've been talking about. It's so that when I talk to Deborah the diary, I don't talk about Kira and Adam anymore. It's Peter this, Peter that. And Peter's my temporary boyfriend until I find a proper boyfriend. But during the lockdown, it's near impossible at the minute. So, I'm going to call this plans and relationships, because I've talked about plans for the house. Since you've made it this far, I want you to comment down below that you've made it this far. And if you have, I need you to comment your TikTok name, please. And then my very next video, the first comment will get a shout out since you made it to the end. That's what I'm going to do. If you make it to the end of my videos in future, I'm going to say the first person to comment their TikTok name will get a shout out on TikTok. Because people watch me more on TikTok anyway. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment your TikTok name, and subscribe. Please no dislikes. I'm trying here. So yeah, I'm going to call this Plans and Relationships. Comment, like it, comment your TikTok name, and subscribe. Thank you very much. I love you all. Mwah.